right, now Keith Thurman is trying to put himself directly in the mix with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. He said the fight not happening. Why don't his name kind of get up in there, man? And now he's starting to kind of come back. So hold on, and just trying to get in the mix. So here we go.
Now, clearly, it's almost been a year since that boy fought right now.
That's a fact.
And clearly, if he can't come up with something to do, I'll feel the flop, baby. I'll feel the flop. You know what I'm saying? Whatever, it's whatever. I don't worry about other people's business. They're supposed to be negotiating. I don't worry about other fighters' business. I know I'm ready. I know I've been ready. I know where I'm at with my negotiations on my end, and that lets me move forward. That helps me every day, man. Every day we in the gym, we work. It is what it is, man. You know what I'm saying? But these fights, look, it's Thurman. A Thurman fight versus Spence. A Thurman fight versus Crawford. Bro, that's some of the best action you can get. I get it. They undefeated. They need to fight each other. But, bro, put me in the game. And you already know it's
you had a shot.
Do all that, all tempo, this and that, bro. Spence ain't never. What I like about the Crawford Spence fight is Spence has never fought an athletic welterweight, somebody who can box and punch.
I agree.
The only two fighters in the welterweight division, well, there's new people on the block, but Crawford and Thurman are something Spence never seen before.
So you heard a little snippet. Shout out to people hosting the live and whatever. He had his opportunity, and he got left to the depths of welterweight hell with Virgil Ortiz or Jerron Ennis, and now he sees an opportunity to put his name right back in the hat. Keith Thurman could have been, did something with Errol Spence. He could have been did something with Terrence Crawford. He did not. And you got to understand, he was asking for $10 million. Now, it wasn't on his part that he was asking for $10 million. Al Heyman was asking for $10 million for him to come over to the top rank to price himself out so they wouldn't make the fight with Terrence Crawford. Now, Bob, what they could have done is, negotiate the Sean Porter fight, then negotiate the Keith Thurman fight. That would have bought Errol Spence some more time. And then they could have did the Errol Spence fight. Wouldn't nobody been complaining. Once you set expectations, you set them. And had the expectations have been, Terrence Crawford is going to fight Sean Porter. He going to fight Keith Thurman Keith Thurman in the summer or whatever. And then Errol Spence sometime in 2023. Then that would have bought them some more time. You know what I'm saying? But, Keith Thurman, he wanted to tune up. He didn't look good tuning up. Or it could have been like, Errol gonna fight Keith Thurman, and then we'll see kind of where everything at with Terrence Crawford. So ultimately he had his opportunity multiple times. He didn't want to fight either or. He had an opportunity to fight Manny Pacquiao, and he lost the fight. So he can sit out here and scream all he wants to, but honestly, where you at right now is either you're gonna move up or maybe one of those guys give you an opportunity. But if PBC not negotiating in good faith with the Errol Spence fight, why would they negotiate with the Keith Thurman in good faith? Thurman ain't gonna sell as much as Spencer Crawford. So to me, I think Terrence Crawford just won an Errol Spence fight, see how you treat it, and then possibly commence and go forward with PBC. But Keith Thurman doing what he do best. He's a great talker, great engaging the audience, and but at the end of the day, his last performance said he don't belong in the pocket with those type of dudes. And that's the honest truth. Errol Spence already won PR with Keith Thurman. He's already run the PR award. Everybody thinks Spence should just go ahead and knock him out at this point because Keith Thurman has been reluctant to fight him. And he can say, well, Al Heyman hadn't planned it yet, and Al Heyman don't want to do it yet. Al Heyman got y'all out here looking like y'all scared to ride out. He got Charlo looking like he's scared of Benavidez. You know what I'm saying? He got Earl looking like he's scared of Terrence Crawford. He got Tank looking like he's scared of Devin Haney, Gary Russell, and etc. You know what I'm saying? And that just don't make no sense when all you got to do is make the fights. I just want to know what he got against making these top fights. How can you build a product on pay-per-view? Deontay Wilder is they most viewed fighter. He's their most viewed fighter. How did he get his buzz? He was knocking a lot of people out on free TV. So how you gonna build Tank on pay-per-view and you gonna just make it work? You know, and less than 100,000 people are buying this pay-per-view. It just that don't make no sense. That doesn't make any sense. Just being real, you know. But like I said before, Keith Thurman he trying to, talk his way back in. You know what I'm saying? He's trying to jump the line. He don't want to kind of battle down there with Ortiz and Ennis. He ain't got enough. He ain't fresh enough to beat them young guys. You know. And then he really don't want to move up. He reluctant to move up in weight. So what you do? Everybody, all of them knew this fight wasn't happening this year. Everybody knew Earl Spence Jr. Wasn't probably never gonna fight Bud unless Bud look vulnerable or old, or they get him old. They get Bud off the couch like they did Larry Holmes from Mike Tyson. Everybody know that in boxing. And all of a sudden now, when the block is hot, Earl tucking his tail and hiding from social media. When it came to Keyshawn Davis, he had a lot to type. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to a lot of other different things, he got a lot to say. A tremendous amount to say. But now niggas want answers. And he think he can just leak shit out, this fake shit that he leaking out, like he tried to play somebody over a contract. Like, but dude, how you got a contract? You signed a contract, you don't have a network and ain't no money, being chopped up. Come on, that ain't even a fucking agreement. The first thing you agreeing when you think about it is usually financials. So at the end of the day, if they wanted him to fight Keith Thurman, he reluctant to fight Keith Thurman, then hey, I don't know. Maybe they sweeten the pot. Maybe they sweeten the pot. Maybe they sweeten the pot. But ultimately, he already looked like a hypocrite. He already looked like a hypocrite. He already looked like a hypocrite. If you do find that it's turn out fighting Keith Thurman, then guess what? People just gonna cover it up. And he could have been jumped in there with Bob. Well, I mean with Bud. Come on, he could have been jumped in there with Bud. He talked about how he all small and all that type of shit. He ain't fought a real welterweight. Well, dude, go to Al Heyman. He always talking about there ain't no restrictions and it ain't none of that. Al Heyman plugs everything through. Dude, y'all not bosses. You can read through that contract as much as you want to read through the contract. Y'all are not bosses. Ultimately, if Al Heyman tell y'all what to do, y'all gonna do it. It's as simple as that. Real talk, it's as simple as that. So Keith Thurman can talk his way back in here and be engaging with with the fans and all that type of stuff, but at the end of the day, we know what's up. We know what's up. We not dumb. Keith Thurman had his chance. He had a division in his palms. You know what I'm saying? He had the division in his palms, and he dropped it. He wanted to retire. You know, he wanted to retire and semi-retire and talking about he was injured, but then he and the streets in the paws, boxing and shit with a hurt shoulder and all that. He did this to himself, and don't nobody feel sorry. I ain't got no sympathy for Keith Thurman. None. I ain't got no sympathy for Keith Thurman. So it is what it is. So that is what it is. Let me know what you girls and guys think. Keep Thurman trying to get in where you fit in. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance to get notification. We go live and drop video. Financially, you want to support the channel, Cash App, $ CJ Good 313. Venmo CJ Good 313. PayPal link description. Hit the link tree. Find me on Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, Spotify, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal. Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, the whole nine. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know what you girls and guys think in the comment section. Young the business says peace. Shout out to Welterweight Box News Playlist.